Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. If you are new here, my name is Ronak. I'm a YouTuber, blogger, podcaster, and marketer. On this channel, we talk about books, productivity, life hacks, and much more. Today, we are going to do kind of a rewind kind of episode. We are going to talk about top 10 non-fiction books I read in 2020. It's been, I read a lot of books in 2020, but there are few that I really love. There are few I posted on the Instagram. I share some of the lessons from this different sort of books in my newsletter family. So if you have not subscribed to the newsletter, there is a link in the description. Go check and subscribe to the newsletter. Also, if you are not following me on the Instagram, then go follow, because I post a lot of tweets on the Instagram stories that can be useful for you, or that can be resonate with your life. Before we start with the books, make sure you like this video, comment what is the best book you read in the 2020, and let's get started. First book I want to talk about is 100 Things Millionaires Do, Little Lessons of Creating Wealth. Well, I read this book in the January month, and this book is definitely good for the beginners if you are new to this wealth creation, or if you want to be millionaire. Not exactly millionaire, obviously. To be millionaire, it takes a lot of time and a lot of work to do, but you just want to understand how the millionaire life look like, or what are the things you should focus on. Then 100 Things Millionaires Do, this will be the best book for you. This book specifically talk about a lot of life chapters, like what is a wealth creation, how the money works, what is a wealth, what is a brand, what are the income sources, how the job is important, how job and family life is important. All these type of things are covered in this book. There are total 100 lessons in this book, which differently, usually one lesson is about 1 or 2 pages, so I don't think it will take a lot of time to finish this book. So if you want to check, then go, there is a link in the description, you can buy this book. But I would suggest you to read this book at least once, because you will get at least 100 different idea about a millionaire life. Second book I want to talk about is Let's Talk Money by Monica Helen. I already made a video on this. You will get the link in the you will get the link here. You can watch that video, but make sure you watch that video after this video, so you will get actually detailed idea about what the Let's Talk Money is all about. So basically, in India, we don't have the financial literacy. We don't get a lot of insights from the financing from the school or the college. So it's really important to understand what is a personal finance, what are the funds, what are the share market, what is a real estate, and how all those things work. So if you are completely noob in the financial literacy, then this book is definitely worth reading for you. If you are completely like you have literally no idea what is a personal finance, or how to plan your retirement, what is a real estate, or what are the share market, or how you should invest your money, then this book will give you a basic idea, basic tagline about how you should go ahead, what are the things. This book is purely talking about all this. There is no unnecessary data in this book, so you should definitely read this book. Third book I want to talk about is The Third Door by Alex Banner. Damn, this book is just interesting. I mean, there is no doubt about it. When you start reading this, it's like I started reading this book around 9 p.m. in the night, and I finished this book around 4 a.m. in the morning. I mean, I so hooked with this book, because this book is a story about how a person, it's a story about the Alex Banayan, how he won the prize, and how he funded his dream to interview millionaire like the Bill Gates and everything. And there is a beautiful line in this book, like life is like a nightclub. There are 3 people in this world. First one who waited in the queue, who go to the normal one. Second one are the celebrity kind of who जिन्हें directly entry मिल जाती है. And third one, which is the most important, जो third door से आती है, यानी कि you go down, you go to the back of the hotel or back of the nightclub, you knock the windows of the kitchen, and you make the entry. So this is a kind of a book that will give you idea that why third door is important, how to find your third door. So if you have not read this book, I will highly suggest you to read this book. When you start reading it, I am damn sure that you will finish it immediately. The fourth book is The Psychology of Money by the Morgan Housel. Well, I already made a thread on this Twitter. You can go check that Twitter link, or you will, if you want detailed video, then there is a link in the description, or you can see here, you can watch that video also. So this book is basically about what is the psychology of money. what happens behind the money, what is actually the wealth creation, why saving money is important, how the actual psychology of the money works. Even I posted something on this on Instagram. Also I shared some of the tips in my newsletter, so you can go check that. You will find the link, all the links in the description. But I think this book, like Twitter, all about this book. Like Twitter, there are so many tweets about this book on the Twitter. You should definitely read this book. At least you will get the basic understanding. This book is not a very long, hardly 100 or 200 pages. I finished this book is within 1 or 2 hours. But if you want to understand the psychology of money, then you should definitely check this book. The next book I read, actually the next best read of 2020, is The Obstacle in the Way by the Ryan Holiday. Well, I am currently reading all other 2 books by the same author, but this book is quite easy to read, quite fun to read. It's not about like deep dive into a lot of examples, but a very short topic which explains the Asian philosophy about the stoicism and lot of things, how the obstacle can help you to be better, how to overcome the obstacle, and how to understand the obstacle from the different perspective. This book is very, and most of you guys may already read this book. If you have read this book, let me know in the comment below. The next book I want to talk about is The Order of Time by the Carlo. Damn, this book is way more ahead than what you think, what you understand about the time, how the time works. Do you know, guys, that when you are at the top, then time moves very slowly, and when you are at the down, I mean when you are at the sea level, time moves very fastly. Like, yeah, this is the one of the key element of the Order of Time. But I will not suggest you to read Order of Time if you don't understand the physics really well, or if you have no idea how the mathematics and physics both combine work, or how the Einstein theory of relativity, then Planck constant, all these things work. So if you know all this stuff really well, then I will highly suggest you to read The Order of Time. I read this book is definitely good. I mean, everyone should read it, but this book is also that kind of, that gives you mathematical vibes, that gives you physics वाला vibes कि अगर ये सारी चीज़ें समझ में नहीं आती तो शायद ये भी बुक समझ में ना आ जाए. So if you have in the phase if you love physics, if you love quantum physics, if you love mathematics like me, then you should definitely read The Order of Time. I never posted review about this book because it's really hard to explain this kind of concepts. It's not that key, I cannot explain you guys, but I know that most of people are not going to watch it, or most of people won't understand it, but I really wanted you guys to read The Order of Time. The next and my most favorite book is The 4-Hour Work Week, which is absolutely gem book. I read this book in the second year of my college, but I have to reread this book because at the second year of college I never understood a lot of topic or lot of concept from this book. How to do the digital minimization, how to plan your work, how to put your emails, how to transfer your work to the other person, and a lot of things I never understood. And why building a brand, why a lot of things, speed reading, and a lot of things you will get idea about in this book. But 4-Hour Work is definitely a great book. If you have your own business, if you want to start your own business, then 4-Hour Work is definitely a good book. I never wanted to do that 9 to 5 वाला जॉब की यार मुझे सुबह हर लाइफ टाइम के लिए मुझे 9 to 5 जॉब करना है, ऐसा मुझे कभी भी नहीं करना था. सो आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू डू समथिंग ऑन माय ओन, एंड दिस बुक इज प्योर जेम इफ यू वांट टू escape your 9 to 5 job and started to work 4-hour work week. Well, this little bit looks scary, that is it 4-hour work week really possible? Well, if you think in a different perspective, you will get a new idea. I mean, there is a concept of the new rich, where it's not necessary to have the $1 million thing in your bank, but it's really important to have few things that you can cover your life expense, you can cover your yearly expense and all these things. And there is a concept of the new rich. I don't want to explain it here, but someday I will make a video on the 4-hour work week for sure. But if you have not read this, and if you have your own business, and if you are into the digital field, then you should definitely read this book. Next book I want to talk about is Still Like an Artist by Austin. Well, there are 3 books by the same author. That second book is Show Your Work, and I forgot the third book name. I have read all the 3 books, but someday I will make a video on all the 3 books, probably in the January or the February. But Still Like an Artist, it's definitely a gem book if you are in the field of the content creation, if you work with lot of content, if you are an Instagrammer or an influencer, or even if you are a YouTuber, then Still Like an Artist is definitely a good book for you. It's a very short book, so you can finish this book in less than 30 minutes or probably less than 60 minutes. but this book will give you idea what is actually the creativity, how to steal like an artist. It's not exactly about the stealing, it's about the creativity field, how to generate the creative ideas, how to be more creative, how to take creative ideas from other people, and a lot of things. Well, basically creativity is combination of lot of ideas, and people think that creativity is something, you know, most of the time whatever I say, it's from some of the books, some of the podcasts I listen to, some of the newsletters, some of the articles I read. All these things I combine and present to you. So this is how the creativity actually works. And if you want to deep dive how to steal like an artist, then you should read Steal Like an Artist. The next non-fiction book I want to talk about is Getting Things Done by David. Well, this book is really big. It's not that key everyone can read this book if you are into the productive person. Well, let me tell you, this book is one of the best productive book in the world actually, and a lot of people have suggested this book, a lot of people have read this book. And if you are into the productive person, or if you want to be productive person, then this book will definitely help you, because this book shares a lot of principle about how to getting things done is really important, how to be more productive, how to plan your day, what are the things important in this day. There is a one rule I will share. I will not cover everything, but there is a rule called a 2 minutes rule, which says that if to do something like it takes less than 2 minutes, then do it immediately. Don't even think about it. This is something, one of the one key element I shared. Other elements I shared on my newsletter, you can go check that, or if you have not subscribed, then do subscribe to the newsletter. Well, this book is definitely good for the productive person, or if you want to be more productive, then you should definitely read this book. The next book I want to talk about is Good Vibes, Good Lives by the Vex King. Well, I will not suggest you to read this book if you are into a different kind of zone, but this book is really good. It's not that bad, but I will suggest you to read the last 2 chapters of this book if you are more into that you want more good vibes and good life, because the last 2 chapters explain really well as compared to the first 5 to 6 chapters, because it's not that great. I made a detailed video on this, that what is actually good vibes, good life, what are the chapters are really important, what are the chapters you should focus on. So if you are into this pura, if you're looking forward to read Good Vibes, Good Lives, the link in the description, or you can find it here somewhere. You can check that video for the Good Vibes, Good Lives. But there is a lot of things that are unnecessary in this book, but the last 2 chapters are definitely worth reading. You should definitely check those last 2 chapters. Okay, there is always one bonus book I always suggest to the people. So this book is nothing but How to Become Rich by the Devadutta Patnaik. Actually, I read this book last year, and in last year and today, even this year, I read this book for some of the key lessons. And this book is very short. It's literally 100 pages book, and this book is really very short. If you have never read the How to Become Rich by, if you want to understand the Vedic or 12 lessons from the Vedic, then this book is definitely for you. It's not a very big book. It's a very short book. It's very easy to read, easy to understand. If you love the mythology, then you should definitely pick up this book just to understand how to become rich. It's not that get rich quick scheme. Actually, I don't believe in the get rich quick scheme. It's always important to have long-term aspect about your life, and this book will help you to understand this different aspect or key elements from the Vedics that will help you to become rich. So these are the non-fiction books that I enjoyed reading. Obviously there are many others books that I read, but those are not that important, or those are not that qualified to be reached into the top 10 position. So if you have read any of this book, let me know in the comment. Make sure you like this video and comment down which book you are going to read in the 2021. The fiction video is coming tomorrow or day after tomorrow, so wait for that. If you are more interested into non-fiction video, then you can check this playlist. Here I shared all of the non-fiction books video, and if you want to make more money, and if you want to understand how the freelancing works, then you should check this video where you should check this playlist where I shared all the freelancing stuff, that how to make money online and everything. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and share with your friends with lot of love, and wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.